Officials from the Calgary Stampede say the death of a horse last night could have been prevented. The animal died after a collision during a chuck wagon race. We're going to show you what happened, but want to warn you that you may find the video disturbing.
Chad Harden held a 3 wide to the outside, and he's got things that happen in the backstretch.
So that is the moment of the crash. You saw the horse go into the fence. One of the drivers, the one wearing yellow, is now being held responsible for the death. The CBC's Aaron Collins is in Calgary and he joins me now. So Aaron, what is the fallout today from the death of this horse?
Yeah, it's pretty unprecedented, actually, Andrew. You mentioned the driver in the yellow jersey there. That's Chad Harden. He's a longtime Stampede chuck wagon racer. He's actually the champion in 2009. So he knows what he's doing on the track. And as you can see him move to the inside rail there, he pushes one driver into another driver. And that third driver had 3 injured horses and 1 died. So we do have deaths sort of every year at the Stampede. It's in the chuck wagon races. It's something that folks have gotten used to. We haven't gotten used to the kind of punishments that were doled out today. Chad Harden received a $10,000 fine. He's been kicked out of the Stampede Rangeland Derby for this year, and he's been given a lifetime ban, which is something that's never happened before, although he is able to appeal that down the road. But certainly a very stiff punishment, and all of that, of course, coming down to the fact that this was deemed to be driver error and that it was Chad Harden's fault that this deadly crash happened.
Aaron, tell us more about this driver.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the first time he's been involved in a crash, I can tell you that, Andrew. I was at the Stampede watching the chuck wagon races in 2012 when Harden was involved in another crash. He went down and actually lost 3 of his own horses. So he has been involved in crashes before, but a very experienced driver, as I mentioned, the 2009 Rangeland Derby champion. So an experienced driver, but one who's experienced crashes like this before. And we did hear from the Stampede Chuck Wagon Committee, the safety committee that doles out these punishments, that perhaps previous experiences, previous events might have contributed to this punishment. Have a listen to what they said today.
I would refer to it as driver error. The Calgary Stampede and also the Safety Commission has been preaching for a number of years that drivers consider how they drive at the track, and that they consider safety factors as being paramount as they drive.
Safety factors being paramount as they drive, you can really sense that perhaps the Stampede is trying to send a message here, and that perhaps Harden, who has been involved in a major crash in the past, maybe being held up as an example for safer driving. Interesting to note that just a few years ago in 2016, the Stampede did change the rules around how they chose the drivers that could compete in this event. Prior to that, it was just the top 30-odd drivers, chuck wagon drivers in the world that would be invited. They've changed that in 2016 to incorporate success, but also incorporate safety records. So putting safety in front of winning, perhaps part of the message here from the Stampede.
Aaron, thank you. That is the CBC's Aaron Collins live